taste of the real world. I got battered on the North Shore. It gave me comfort when I always knew that. I always knew that you were there for me next door. I lived it hard on the long road. I ran through every single zip code. I get lonely, but I always knew that. I always knew that your heart I could call home, and nothing could ever stand in our.
Hello math learners! Welcome to our new session dito sa ating channel, Math Teacher Ash. And today, we are going to discuss another part of our Module 3 or Quarter 3 discussion. At ngayon ay ifo-focus natin ang ating Grade 8 module sa Mathematics. Alright! So in this discussion, we will be talking about how to prove two triangles that are congruent. Okay, so technically, my dear math learners, napakadali lang ng topic na ito because we have already discussed triangle congruence last week. About sa triangle congruence, alam natin that two triangles are congruent if and only if their sides and their angles are equal. Okay. So, today we will be focusing on the postulates such as the SAS, ASA, and the SSS postulates. So, therefore, we will be talking about that in this module. Okay, but before we will start, if bago ka pa sa channel na ito, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell para lagi kang updated sa ating mga susunod na discussions. Okay, so let us start the discussion. The first page we have here is the cover page. We have the Quarter 3 Module 5 and the title is to prove or proves two triangles are congruent. Okay. And then on the second page, we have the people behind this module. So disclaimer lamang po mga ka-math learner na hindi pagmamay-ari ni Sir Ash ang mga dinediscuss dito sa channel. Instead, we are just here to discuss the modules para mas lalo ninyong maintindihan ang ating or ang inyong gustong matutunan about mathematics. Alright! On the third page, we have the title page. On the fourth page is the introductory message for the teachers as well as para sa inyo mga ka-math learners. Alright. And then, on the sixth page, nahulog ang aking ilaw. Alright. So, on the sixth page, we have the, I think ito, okay na yan. Ayan. So, on the sixth page, or the fifth page rather, we have the objectives of the module. So, ano nga bang objectives natin for today? So, number 1, is to define triangle congruent. Number 2 is to prove two triangles are congruent. And number 3 is to relate triangle congruence in real life situation. Napakadali lang ng topic na ito, my dear math learners, because this is only 17 pages. Alright. And then we have here the let us try. So let us try is an activity in which you don't need to do more, parang ipipression nyo talaga yung sa sarili ninyo. So, ang gagawin nyo lang dito is to try your best whether you have a prior knowledge about this topic. Alright, so ganun lang. So, you have here some examples. Okay, so, corresponding congruent parts are marked. Okay, right there, congruent. So, hahanapin ninyo dito sa dalawang given figure saan na mga parts ang pareho. Okay, or pareho or congruent. Okay, so, tatlong sets yan sila. And then we have here the let us study part. So this is the introduction of our topic. So two geometric figures are congruent if they are of the same shapes and size or measurement. In this chapter, we are going to discover the different conditions that guarantee the congruence of two triangles. So alam na natin yun in our previous discussion, right? So two triangles are congruent if their vertices can be paired so that corresponding sides are congruent. Okay, so napakadali lang. Okay? And corresponding angles are congruent. So, corresponding sides, corresponding angles, they should be congruent para masabi natin na merong triangle congruence.
Easy, right?
Easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. So now, let us go to the next part. To prove two triangles are congruent, mark the diagram with the given. Mark any additional parts that are equal, and then if possible, label angles with numbers. This will make the job of writing the proof easier. So decide what postulate or theorem. So when we talk about postulate, it depends upon the given. Okay, and then that are being used. Okay, then prove using the two-column proof. So when we say two-column proof, ito yung dalawang columns na sa left side is the statement, and then on the right side is or are the reasons. Okay, so example number 1, we have two figures given. Line segment AB is congruent to line segment DE. Angle B is congruent to angle E, and line segment BC is congruent to line segment EF. So technically, ang gagawin mo dito, gawa ka ng dalawang triangles, tapos i-try mo, i-mark mo na ito sila yung congruent, tapos ito sila na angle ang congruent, ito sila na sides ang congruent. So as you can see, we have here two sides in which this one and this one are congruent based on the mark, and these two are congruent. So that is based on the given, okay? And then, we have here angle B and angle E. So, sa mukha pa lang ng figure, my dear math learners, alam na natin na side, angle, and side ang given. So, technically, ang ending ng ating reasons or ang ating proving is SAS postulate. Okay, so first, as you can see, the three statements are already given. So, given na yan. And for the last is the postulate, and that is based on the side, angle, side. So, no challenge at all.
Easy, right?
Easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. So now, let us go to example number 2. We have here, AB is congruent to AD and BC is congruent to DC. So, question, how do we prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ADC? So, if this is the figure, AB and AD, saan ba yan? So, ito si AB at ito si AD. Okay, check tayo. And then, so pwede nating i-mark yan. Alright. Then, BC and DC. BC and DC. So, mark din. Okay, check. So, next is wala na, right? Now, as you can see, this is already given side and side, side and side. Now, they are sharing the same side, these two triangles. So, technically, that is another set. So, that is based on the reflexive property of congruence. So, if that is the case, my dear math learners, meron ka ng tatlong side that corresponds to another three sides of other triangles. So, therefore, you can apply the SSS postulates. Alright, so napakadali lang.
Easy, right?
Ng lesson na ito. Okay, so now let us continue. We have here example number 3, triangle ACB. Alright, let D be a point on AB such that CD bisects angle ACB. So if this is ACB, ito yung bisector natin, which is the CD. And then where if AC is congruent to BC, prove that this triangle is equal to this triangle. So, technically, my dear math learners, since this is an angle bisector, right? Binigay dito na angle bisector ito. So, therefore, this is based on the reflexive property of congruence. And then, since this is an angle bisector, ibig sabihin, yung angle niya, hinati niya equally. So, therefore, these two angles ng angle C ay magiging equal din. So, if that is the case, then you already have the side and side. And then, binigay na sa given that AC and BC are congruent. So, therefore, we can say that we have the SAS postulate. Okay, so we have the SAS congruence postulate. And we have here, so technically, my dear math learners, nagawa pa rin natin ang ating proving. Alright, so napakadali lang. No, ngayon, if ever you still have more questions about how to do this one, you can put your inquiries in our comment section below. So, huwag kayong mahiya, my dear math learners, kasi the time na ma-read ko ang inyong mga tanong ay sasagutin ko agad-agad. Alright. Okay, so now let us continue. So, we have here example number 4, the same concept pa rin. But in this part, we have angle AC, a side AC and side DB or BD are congruent and they are parallel with each other. Okay? So, we will now prove that AC, saan ang E dito? Ito yatang sa gitna. Okay, so the ACE and the BDE, okay, are congruent. Okay, so itong intersection nila dito is met at E ito, point E. Okay? So let us continue. So how do we do this one? So first is you write the given. Okay, those are the given. And then we have the parallel. So therefore, we have angle C and angle D. This is known as, and this is the line, this is the transversal. So if this is parallel, and if you want to make a line there, then this is a parallel cut by a transversal. Okay, so therefore, if this is the case, then C and D are what we call interior angles. Okay, alternate interior angles. So as to our A and B, alternate interior angles din yan sila. Okay, and then, We have here angle E. Saan ba ito? Ito naman, angle AEC and angle BED. Ito naman ang tinatawag na vertical angles. Okay? So, remember that vertical angles are congruent, back-to-back na angles. So, therefore, we can consider that this is an angle, angle, angle. Okay? And of course, because of the side is also given, you can also apply the SAA congruence theorem, or basically, you can apply the AAA if you will consider the alternate interior angle of angle A and angle B. Okay, so either way, tama ka pa rin, my dear math
Easy,
learners.
right?
Yes. So now let us go to the part in which kayo naman ang magsosolve. So the let us practice part. Na kung saan in this part, you will be given a figure and then given, and then what you will do is you will complete based on the reason. So, RA and RM, klarong-klaro, that is given for the reason. Angle 1 and angle 2, binigay na, RY bisects at angle ARM. RY and RY, so ito, reflexive property ito, reflexive property of congruence. So, therefore, since this is the case, we have this one angle equal, then so SAS postulate, yan siya.
Easy, right?
Easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. So now, going to number 2, we have here a rectangle where angle J and angle H are right angles. And then angle 2 and angle 4 are congruent. Okay, so what we will do is we will prove whether this triangle, OJN, and triangle NHO are congruent. So, of course, given ito, first, reason. Then another given, ito na yun. Okay, ito, you can use that one. Angle 2 is congruent to angle 4. Alright, easy lang. And then angle J and angle H. Angle J and angle H, they are both right angles. Okay, and then we have NO and NO, reflexive property. So, our, or what will be our postulate for this one, in this is, ito, ginamit ito, diba? So, this is an angle. And this is a side, NO and NO. Tapos J, okay. Tapos binigay din si ito, angle. So that will be angle, angle, side, okay? Or SAA. Okay, that could be the postulate for this
Easy,
given
right?
problem. Okay, easy lang talaga. So of course, I will give you this, my dear math learners. Alam kong kaya nyo na yan. Alright, so number 3, you can do this on your own. Of course, we have here the let us practice more. Ganun pa rin ang style niya. So, remember, if it is in the given, then the reason would be the given. Okay? And if they are sharing, then that would be, ang tawag dyan is the reflexive property, sharing the same side. If they will be back-to-back angles, that will be vertical angles. If they are alternate angles based on parallel lines, that will be what we call the alternate interior angles. And if it is outside, alternate exterior angles. So, depende lang. And then, you check kung ano yung mga na-mark ninyo. Tapos, doon nyo nasasabihin whether it is angle, 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 or ASA, or SAA, or SSS. Depende na sa inyo yun. So, napakadali lang ng topic na ito, my dear math learners. So, now, going to the let us remember, we have here, this lesson was about proving two triangles. So, you just need to apply the postulate. So, yung mga postulate, yun yung mga triangle congruence natin. And the theorems on triangle congruence to prove the statements on congruence and include right triangles. So, after that, my dear math learners, we have here the let us assess in which you are being tested kung naintindihan nyo na ba talaga ang ating topic. So, my dear math learners, I hope klarong-klaro na sa inyo ang ating topic for today. So, these are just series of questions. So, ilang questions ito? These are 15 questions, A, B, C, D lamang po. So, my dear math learners, alam kong kaya nyo na ito. Alright, and then you have the let us enhance. So, in this let us enhance, my dear math learners, we have the performance task. What you need to do is to perform the task, follow the instruction, and then this will be the basis on how you will be graded by your teachers. And then after that, we have the let us reflect. This is the like, the heart, and the sad react. So like, it means that you will write 3 things that you have learned about the lesson. Heart, if you can apply 2 real life situations about the topic, and sad, kung meron kayong tanong about sa topic natin. So my dear math learners, if you do have some questions about our topic for today, please do not hesitate to put your inquiries in our comment section below. Ito pa rin ang inyong abot kamay na math teacher, si Sir Ash. And I hope you have already subscribed to this channel and like this video so that it can be shared more and it could go from or lalabas ito sa mga newsfeed ng ating mga mahal na students na nahihirapan sa mathematics. Lagi niyong tatandaan na masarap matuto ng mathematics kapag marami tayong nagsasama-sama. Thank you so much. God bless and keep safe. Always.
I got a taste of the real world. I got battered on the North Shore. It gave me comfort when I always knew that. I always knew that you were there for me next door. I lived it hard on the long road. I ran through every single zip code. I get lonely, but I always knew that. I always knew that your heart I could call home, and nothing could ever stand in our way.